tornadoes turning deadly in Oklahoma overnight. We know at least 4 are dead, including a 4-month-old baby. And this is what's left behind of the town of Sulphur, reduced to rubble now as a tornado barreled through. It has been a weekend of severe weather in the heartland, and you can see this tornado in Nebraska. Officials say it was likely an EF3, one of multiple tornadoes. NewsNation's Emily Finn live for us on the ground outside of Omaha, where these storms touched down. Emily, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Natasha, it has been absolutely shocking seeing all of the damage, all of the destruction from these tornadoes in this community. This is Elkhorn. It's a suburb of Omaha, one of the hardest hit areas from these tornadoes that wreaked havoc across the Midwest. You can see there are homes like this one behind me, a family's home with the roof completely torn off, their personal belongings displaced in the streets. Trees are down there completely blocking off the roads around here. What we've been seeing today is the rebuilding process that is just beginning right now. Volunteers helping out and community members coming together to try to be there for each other in this very difficult moment.
And we came home and there was no home to really come to.
Stacy Rowe has moved twice in the last 2 years, and now with the tornado damage wreaking havoc across the Midwest, she's left looking for a new home once again. Residents near Omaha are sifting through the rubble where their homes once stood after dozens of tornadoes shocked the heartland Friday, leaving destruction in their path. No casualties, only minor injuries have been reported in this area. But the efforts to rebuild have only just begun. In Elkhorn, one of the hardest hit neighborhoods from the storms, residents and volunteers were cleaning up tree branches blocking the streets and dismantling broken fences. Police officers blocking off the roads, they tell us, to prevent looting of what's left of the homes, and are asking people living here to try to secure their belongings. James Stennis says he barely made it to the basement before the tornadoes touched down.
We're just taking it day by day. I mean, you come upstairs and see that you have no house from emerging from the basement.
We just came from many areas of the county, which can clearly be considered, in my opinion, a disaster scene. I've seen lawnmowers wrapped around trees. I've seen bicycles wrapped around trees. I've seen steel chairs sticking through walls of homes.
Millions of people, not only across Nebraska, but in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri have been impacted, many still without power. And Natasha, we've been keeping a close eye on the National Weather Service, who have been warning that severe weather will be continuing throughout the next couple of days. We want to introduce you guys to Chris. We had a chance to meet her. She is picking up the pieces from her home that you can see behind us here. It was hit on Friday. Chris, right now you are living in a hotel temporarily. Tell us about what it was like when the moment the tornado touched down.
It was nothing I ever want to experience again in my life. It was loud. There was pressure. My ears were popping. The power went out, so I knew what, but I could hear a lot of banging. The next, it was a whoosh, and it was quiet.
Yeah, you said you looked across and you saw your neighbor's home completely gone.
Yeah, yes, and their home was in worse condition than mine. At least I had the floor over me. They had nothing. I knew they were home, and they weren't climbing out.
Yeah. So I so appreciate you taking the time to speak with us as you're trying to rebuild here. Are you receiving any help from volunteers? Are you getting any help in this difficult moment?
The help here in this community has been overwhelming. We have more help than, I don't want to say that we need, because we need it. You know, everybody here has lost everything, so it's well appreciated, from the churches to the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Chris, thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck with everything that you're going through right now. Natasha, we will send it back to you.
Yeah, certainly wishing Chris and her entire community all the best. We appreciate that look on the ground. Emily Finn live in the Omaha area in Nebraska. Thank you.
What do you see when you look around?
I don't see a future. I'm worried about the future for the town, for my daughter, you know. It's a good town. There's good people. I just didn't know it was as bad up here. It's bad down here, but it's horrible too.
Did you know anybody of these businesses?
Yeah, this is shifting to Oklahoma, where at least 4 people are dead after tornadoes swept through the state this weekend. The tornadoes leaving a wide trail of damage in the city of Sulphur, destroying buildings, tearing off roofs, scattering debris through the streets. You can see flipping cars as well. The destruction leaving more than 30,000 Oklahomans without power at one point, causing Governor Kevin Stitt to declare a state of emergency in 12 counties. Hospitals across the state have reported about 100 injuries. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.